Hello and welcome to this video. I'll try to keep this intro short because I seem to fail the last time I did this. We're going to change a bunch of suspension parts on my car. This is a 2007 Mazda 3 2.3 liter 5-speed manual sedan, and it's got 233,000 kilometers. Now on these cars you should change the suspension parts like the struts, control arms, ball joints, tie rod ends, sway bar links, shocks in the rear, sway bar links in the rear, that kind of stuff. You should change it every 100 or 150,000 kilometers. It's that simple. And if you have 70,000 kilometers on your car and things are cracking, or the seals are cracking and you hear rattling and shit's knocking and your steering's out of whack, then yeah, you got gypped and you got to change your stuff. But typically, you could go well over 100,000 K and be totally fine. Alright, so to get started right now, I'm going to go get some tools for the rear shocks. We're going to do that since it's quick and easy, and then tomorrow or the next day, we're going to tackle the front. Oh, and if this video is too long, which I understand it probably might be, it's not straight to the point, go on YouTube and type in 2007 Mazda 3 control arm replacement, or sway bar replacement, or rear shock replacement, and click on the video by 1A Auto. Very great guys, straight to the point, easy to look at, great videos, great camera work. So if you're working on a back tire, and you don't have an e-brake, or for whatever reason the tire's spinning like this, and you're like, well, how do I take off the lug nuts? Well, actually, it's really simple. You just push down quickly, right? Push down quickly, and then pull up quickly. Here, let me zoom. You push down, and you pull up. Down and pull up. Down and pull up. And there you go. It's loose. Next one. That one's loose already. Holy shit. Down and pull up. Down and pull up. Down and pull up. And there you go. You don't need an e-brake. You don't need to shove anything in there like a block of wood. But once you get the lug nuts off, you take your drill and you put one of these on. It's a drill attachment for a socket. This happens to be 1/2 inch. It goes right into my impact. Then you put your 1/2 inch socket like that. And then you can rattle off the lug nuts as if it was an impact wrench. Obviously, we would save a step even further if we had an impact. Totally unsponsored, but I really do like deep creep. The reason why is because this offers excellent lubricity as well as rust, penetration. It's not the best rust penetrant, but it is a better lubricator. And the reason that's important is because once you knock something like this loose, you want lubricity in order to keep backing that nut off. Just go watch Project Farm. Type in Deep Creep Project Farm, he'll tell you all about it. So once I get the tires off here, I deep creeped all the nuts. There's 2 up there, and there's 1 on the bottom, which is right there. Sorry, it's dark out. So when working on this type of thing, and you have 2 smaller bolts that are really easy to get at, and say you have 1 larger bolt that might break off or give you some trouble, why don't you come in and just tackle the easy bolt? This is a 13 millimeter, by the way, and just break it loose so that you know that it's loose. Break it loose. These are easy, and if they break, at least you didn't spend a lot of time getting loose that bigger bolt, right? I really do like these things. I have a 3/8 version. I'm gonna attach it to this extension. I come up here, attach my drill on the bottom, and bust it off. It's gonna be that easy. So there's that bottom bolt. Put on my safety glasses. Last thing I want is a fucking pubic hair of dirt to get in my eye and ruin my eyesight forever. Right? It's a 17 millimeter. I brought it in 1/2 inch so I could use this 400-foot breaker bar and really snap it off. Be careful, don't wreck your knuckles, etc. If you're using an extension like me and you're finding that you're slipping off like this, you can get a jack stand and support this with a jack stand, and that way you won't have to hold it and worry about slipping off and stripping whatever the hell you're working on. Okay, plan 32. We got this electric impact. Looks huge. I just didn't want to bust it out on the tires, but we can do it on here because I have no other choice. Wait, is that the right socket? Oh, that is loud. I'm gonna get some headphones. I know a lot of you people are probably thinking, why do you need headphones and safety glasses, you pussy? Because let me tell you, I don't want to go blind, and I don't want to have to live with hearing loss and ringing in my ears. I already have a mild case of tinnitus because of this. So it's not manly to protect yourself. All right, here we go. And we can, oh, that's not too bad. Nothing wrong with those threads. Oh, Jesus, except for the end. I don't know if that's my fault just now or if that's by design. Hopefully it threads back in just fine. All right, now I will show you with my attachment of stuff a wide shot that nobody likes to see of me specifically removing 2 nuts. Should come out. I'll just push it down a little bit. Okay, and then oh my God, it's coming, baby. Look at that. Now, the shocks that I bought didn't come with this mount right here, so I have to simply transfer this mount over onto the new shock. If you buy shocks and it doesn't come with the mount, you break your mount, well, you're shit out of luck, aren't you? But looks like mine's still in relatively decent shape. Clean it off, of course. Wipe it down. And we'll swap it over. It's just 1 nut on the top. Take it off. Also, it doesn't come with this plastic cover. So we'll just swap all of this over to the new shock. Slip it back in, make sure everything is clean. And we're in good shape. And guys, for the love of God, I take my glasses off to assert my point. For the love of God, if you're doing something on a vehicle, anything in life, cleaning, sweeping the floor, do a good job of it, right? I took this out. There's probably really no need to clean the bottom mount, right? It's not like it's caked full of dirt and grime. It was actually relatively clean. But just take even your finger or an old rag and just clean it out. Clean it out, do a good job the first time. Come up here, clean that out. Just do a good job. Like, how hard is it to do a good job, you know what I mean? So, run into a snag. That one there with the nut on it still, the whole threaded rod is spinning, which at first had me crying, right? Because you're like, oh my God, now this is gonna be broken and it's not gonna. Anyway, if you come into the back trunk and you peel all of this back and peel back this stuff, you can see deep in there, there's one which has just looks like it's welded to the frame there in the metal. There's that stud in the middle with that nut on it to remove the bracket, and then there is a stud, a bolt. I don't know if that's intentional or what have you, but I could put a wrench on that and hold it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Stick a wrench on there, turn it until the wrench binds against something back here, because I only have myself, and then I could spin the nut off. All right, so that came out actually really easy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud of that one, holy shit. Woo-hoo. However, I broke my ratcheting wrench. Thank you for running your car, by the way, while I'm filming. I broke my ratcheting wrench. I've had this thing for a million years, Mastercraft Maximum. Looks like this. And I broke the thing. No longer ratchets. Can't move. Really? Now it. So use our long contraption here. Just oh, what the hell? Ah, Jesus Christ! It's just one of those days, man. Like, you know, you need something, and you can't find the thing. So what I have to do now is take these vice grips and bite. Here, I'll zoom in. I gotta take these, not vice grips, because I can't find the damn things, and I have to bite this post here, just like that. And you can hold the post and then use a wrench to turn the nut. Why are they in the grass over here? I'm gonna get my ratcheting wrench over top. Then I'm gonna get my newly found vice grips and I'm gonna pinch that. Then, of course I'm going the wrong way, we'll turn it off. And they're not really tight. There we go, it's loose. Take our vice grips off, wrench, and we can turn this the rest of the way. Like that. Then this will theoretically come off. So that's the old shock. We're gonna clean this up and then insert the new shock. The new shock, these Monroe OE Spectrum blah blah blah, just a complete OEM replacement because I'm not turning this into a race car. Oh, it comes with a new nut. But they come with this thing attached. Actually, let's make sure. So it comes with this spring thing. Now I don't know how under tension these are. Probably should do this with care. Like that. And then we'll use these pliers and I guess we'll pry this off. Oh, that wasn't too bad at all. And by the way, speaking of dampened rides, if you notice that your car is more stiff than usual, or you have more body roll, or you notice that under acceleration the front end comes off the ground, or under braking you do a donkey kick, then it's probably time to address your suspension, springs, shocks, etc. Because failing suspension is bad suspension and it makes a stiffer ride. So that's clean now. It makes me feel better about myself. I just slide this over top. Just had to use all 40 pounds of my body weight. Just until it bottoms out and you slip on the vice grip. Thus stripping it. Good job. Now I'm gonna fucking hate myself in 10 years. Okay, in with the new, out with the old. Is this a good thumbnail? I don't know. Alright, so before we go and put everything back, you should Loctite this. That way nothing comes loose and you don't hear some rattling and you have to come back and tighten some nuts. These nuts. Oh shit. That really came out of there. Just a couple of drips. No, it's not good. Oh shit. This is Cosmoline RP342. It's a rust inhibitor. You can see why I would want to do that. Now I don't know how this is going to interact with the thread locker, but you know, that'll just inhibit some of the rust. Alright, so here I am putting the shock back. I totally forgot to turn the mic back on because I'm big smart. This is the passenger side, so the one stud there is a bit loose. So you just have to be careful if you have this as well. It just slid right up into place, not a big deal. But you want to start with putting the bottom of the shock into the bracket. It'll just slide in. And then you put the top shock up into the stud. And then you just put the bolts on, or the nuts on, rather. Pretty simple. So I don't really have anything else to say other than the sounds of my girlfriend clicking away at her keyboard. But I just used my drill here to tighten these up quick. I ended up leaving them a little bit loose, which is unnecessary. So just tighten them all the way up with the drill. There is a torque spec, I believe it's maybe 20 foot-pounds, I'm not sure. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but suspension parts usually like to move around. So it's important to put at least something on the threads, whether it's paint or thread locker, so that the threads don't vibrate loose. I'm gonna get the jack and jack it up right here. Jack it up with my foot. Get it started by hand so that we don't strip it. tighten it down. Just like that. Start pattern. Just like that. We'll put this on. It's fine like this if you do it with the drill. Set the car down on its weight. Torque them. The torque spec is 87 foot-pounds. I always go 95. And yeah, it's a great way to stay in shape. Another tip I have for you, since I'm such an experienced mechanic, is go on used Facebook or Kijiji or Garage Sale or something and get yourself a torque wrench. I say used because they're fucking expensive. On the inside, write down all your torque specs. Then just get a good wrench. Look at that thing. Beautiful. By the way, can we talk about this cosmoline for one more second? This stuff really is truly an actual good rust preventative. I have videos on my YouTube channel, 1 year rust test. There's a playlist. I go over this stuff a little bit. It does a really, really good job. And then also I did my whole Jeep frame with this as a top coat. I just painted with regular trim-clad, you know, shitty paint, black paint, and then I topped it with this, and there is no rust. This truly is a really good rust preventative, and the only way you can get it off is with petroleum-based cleaners. You can pressure wash and scrape all you want. You can have rocks hit it all you want all day long, and it won't remove the entirety of the film. You can get rid of the bulk of it, 95% of it, but there'll always be that like thin layer that still provides excellent rust protection. And it's really sticky too. It probably serves as a thread sealant of sorts. Yeah, but go check out my Rover 1 playlist and also my 1 year rust test, and you can see this stuff in action. Not sponsored, they're just helping a guy out. Alright, and with that, we are done the rear shocks. Next time you'll see us tackling something in the front. Maybe we'll do it all in the video or in separate ones. I don't know, but come hang out with us. We'll probably do it in a few days, which for you guys might be a few weeks. Probably not though. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until further news, I shall talk to you later. And oh, I gotta leave you with this. Hold on. You see how dirty that is? Do not put this back in your toolbox. Clean it. Even just like that is better than a lot of guys that I see. But if you want to be a real man, take it off. Clean inside there. Clean that shit. Thank me later when you're going to do something clean and you get your tools and all of your tools are fucking filthy and greased up. Look at that. Just clean your tools, guys, please. Everyone will be happier. Boy, am I just full of surprises and tips and shit. I won't turn that off. In your glove box, you should always keep a bag of stuff that belongs to your car. Things that you can use for your car. Like, let's take a look in here. I won't go too deep into it. But in there I have a bunch of bolts that come from somewhere in my car that I can use if I lose a bolt. Oh, I got those from a junkyard, that's right. And if you're ever at a junkyard, here's tip number 48. If you're ever at a junkyard, you should take the bolts that you remove from the junkyard car and put them in a spare bag in case you lose some bolts. And of course, I have in here some other stuff, some plastic stuff in case I lose a plastic thing in my interior. I have some shrink tubing, some headlights, some screws and nuts. This is just basically a goodie bag for your car in case you lose some screws or bolts or something like that, or you need a headlight, etc. And in there are these pinch bolts that I got from the dealership and my receipt. These are pinch bolts for the lower control arm in case I break mine off. I have replacements. Stay smart, guys. Hello.
Hi, Mamie. You got room for one more?
I do. So this is the end of the video. This is quite a long one, and there's a lot of other videos out there that are, you know, less than 10 minutes and have a lot of more precise, At the end of my stroke here, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and make sure to tune into the next videos in this series. Next video will be the strut replacement as well as the sway bar links, because you have to remove the link on the top side
in order to take the strut out. So what a better time to replace the link as well. And that'll be coming up shortly. And then the one video after that will be the control arm replacement. So stay tuned for those. Good information in those videos as well. Tips and tricks that you might not see in some other videos. Alright, thanks for watching, and until further news, I shall talk to you later.